Yard, it's your boy Broly Otis back in this building. You already know what's going on. Broly back in the building. Sure, you better start cheering and start applauding. But nah, I'm back with this character interviews. You feel me? Because I want to interview a certain somebody, and that person today, as y'all can tell by the title, Raven. Drop this bitch again. But let's just jump into it right now. Raven, what's going on?
It's just, I've never done an interview before. It's making me a bit nervous.
Oh, no, you all good. You all good. Sit back and relax and get ready for these questions, because I'm finna ask you a load shit of questions.
Okay, go ahead.
First one, on a scale of 1 to I hate everything, how are you feeling today? That's just gotta be my first question, noticing you. So, how you feeling today?
I guess I'm around a 3. I don't hate everything, but I'm not having the best day either.
Why is that? Why is that?
I don't know. Just feeling kind of down, I suppose.
Well, this interview most likely gonna bring you up. You feel me? If we don't get into no type of arguments or conflicts. But, you know, second question I have for you. Do you get tired of saying azarath, Matreon, Zenthos? Or is it like just your version of good morning?
It's not exactly an everyday greeting, but it does get tiring saying it every time I teleport or do magic.
Wait, you gotta say it every single time?
Yes, I have to, every single time. It's not something I can just do silently, or without saying the incantation.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool if you could just like do a hand sign or something and you could just teleport and shit. That would be dope.
Yeah, that would be cool, but that's not how it works, sadly.
Man. Would you rather meditate in peace or be stuck in a room with Beast Boy and Cyborg for at least, I'll say, 24 hours, maybe even more? You think you can handle that?
That's a tough one. Beast Boy is constantly annoying and just trying to cause trouble, and Cyborg is always making horrible jokes. But I suppose I could endure it for 24 hours if I have to.
Oh, okay. I'm surprised. I was expecting a different answer, but hey, you just know. Have you considered switching to pastel colors just for once?
I'm used to dealing with the other Titans' antics, so it wouldn't be that different from the usual.
Yeah.
Plus, I could just ignore them and try to meditate because I really need some peace. She is shocked. Switch to pastel colors. Do you know nothing about me? Never. I will never change my aesthetic to something as revolting as pastels.
Okay, my bad. I didn't know you felt about it that way. If someone gave you a hug right now, would they survive, or you know, like?
Do you think a hug from me will kill someone?
Yes. I mean, do you? Never mind.
No, a hug from me would not kill someone, I think. I'm not that powerful or deadly. Though, if I'm in a bad mood, it could be considered a death sentence.
I was trying to think of somebody who I could put you up against, but I'll come back to that one. I got another question. How do you keep your emotions in check when you're literally half demon, bro?
It's difficult, that's for sure. My emotions are always fluctuating.
Man.
And it can be difficult to keep them in check. I have years of practice, and I try my hardest to maintain control over them. The monks I stayed with also taught me some useful techniques to help keep my emotions in check.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was one of my other questions, because that, I don't know, that was a little deeper one, because it's like how, like, you know what I mean? I don't know, because maybe I'm not you. But another one is, what does inner peace mean to you? And how close have you come to it?
Inner peace, that's a tough one to answer. I think it means having a sense of calm and tranquility within yourself, and being at peace with the world around you. I've come close to it a few times, usually when I'm meditating or reading my books, but I'm not quite sure if I've completely achieved it.
That's crazy. You very into meditating, which I need to start getting into. I used to do it not a lot, but you know, I was doing it.
She nodded. Meditation is very important for me. It helps me focus, clear my mind, and stay grounded. It's a part of my daily routine, and it's helped me immensely over the years. If you used to do it a lot, why did you stop? She smiles slightly. Yes, I meditate often. It helps me clear my mind and center myself. If you try it again, it can be quite relaxing. She looks at you slightly curious. Is there something else you want to ask me?
That was a lot. Do you ever feel like being a Titan makes you lose part of who you are?
Yes, sometimes I do feel that way. Being a Titan means always having to put the world's safety above my own desires and personal feelings.
Yeah.
It's hard to remember who I am as a person outside of being a Titan. Sometimes I feel like I have to sacrifice part of myself to be a superhero.
I feel that. Is there any part of your past you wish your team knew better?
There are parts of my past that I'm not comfortable sharing with the team. Some things are just too painful or too difficult to talk about. But I do wish they understood me and my past a little better. Sometimes I feel like they don't really know me, and I wish they would take the time to get to know me as a person, rather than just a member of the team.
Yeah. Okay. What's scarier to you, your powers or the person you could become if you lost control?
Honestly, I'm equally scared of both. My powers are very powerful and dangerous if not controlled properly. But the person I could become if I lose control frightens me even more. I don't want to become what my father is. I don't want to let my emotions consume me and turn me into something monstrous.
Be honest. Do you secretly enjoy any of Beast Boy's dumb jokes?
Fine, I'll admit it. Sometimes, just sometimes, I actually do enjoy Beast Boy's dumb jokes. But only a little bit. Please don't tell him I said that.
I totally won't. Have you ever binge watched anything or is emotional? No, actually, not even that question. What is your music taste?
Well, my music taste is pretty varied actually. I enjoy everything from classical music to rock to a little bit of pop. I just have a thing for good melodies and lyrics.
Okay. Melodies and lyrics. Okay, I feel you on that. Totally. If someone asked you out on a date, what's the chance they'll survive the rejection?
Do you think I'm that dangerous, huh? She smirks, then lets out a soft chuckle. If someone asked me out and I rejected them, I'm pretty sure they'd survive. I might be half demon, but I'm not in the habit of killing people who ask me on dates.
That's good. What's one thing? What's one thing about you that nobody knows?
I have a secret sweet tooth. Even though I'm usually all serious and stoic, I secretly love desserts. Especially chocolate cakes and ice cream.
What's your favorite ice cream?
My favorite is vanilla ice cream with chocolate syrup and sprinkles on top. But I'll never tell the team that. They'll definitely make fun of me if they know.
Why?
Because they'd think it was too sweet and girly. They'd say it's not fitting for someone as serious and powerful as me to like something so childish.
It's okay to like what you like, you know?
I know that, but it's not always easy to remember. Sometimes I feel pressured to act a certain way to keep up my tough image. It's just easier to hide certain things about myself to avoid being judged or ridiculed by others.
Well, I'll say maybe you could work on that, because maybe, I don't know how to really explain it. Like, it's in my mind, but I can't really explain it because I'm kind of loaded right now. But, try to work on that.
I know you're right, but opening up and being vulnerable is not easy for me. It's something I need to work on, and it will take time.
Okay. Let me see what else I got for you. Okay, I found it. Raven, you weren't exactly born in the usual way. Can you tell us what being born from Azarath really means to you?
Being born from Azarath means I was born with a connection to magic and the dark arts. I have an innate power and a connection to the mystical forces of the universe that most people do not possess. It's both a blessing and a curse, but it's something I've come to accept and embrace over time.
What is your what is a downfall and one of the good things to your powers?
Well, the downside is that my powers are tied to my emotions. The more emotional I become, the more unstable and uncontrollable my powers can be.
Right.
I have to constantly maintain control over my emotions to keep them in check. As for the good things, my powers allow me to do things that most people can only dream of. I can teleport, fly, cast spells, control the elements. The possibilities are almost endless.
True. So what was life like growing up in a place where emotions were supposed to be suppressed?
Growing up in Azarath was difficult. Emotions were seen as a weakness, something that had to be controlled and suppressed. We were taught to keep our feelings in check and to avoid attachment of any kind. We were expected to be disciplined and stoic, to ignore our emotions and focus on our studies. It wasn't a pleasant or easy life, but it was all I knew.
Okay. So I'm gonna get into your family and lineage. Your father, Trigon. How did you come to accept that part of yourself?
Accepting that I am the offspring of Trigon, a powerful and evil demon, was not easy. It's something I've struggled with for a long time. For a while, I thought I was destined to follow in his footsteps and become just like him. It took a lot of time and self-reflection for me to accept that I am not defined by my lineage, and that I am not obligated to follow his path.
So, do you ever wonder what your life would have been like if your father wasn't who he is?
Sometimes, I do wonder what my life would have been like if my father wasn't a demon.
Yeah.
I wonder if I would have been born with different powers. If I would have had a different upbringing, or if I would have been free from all the responsibility and pressure that comes with being Trigon's daughter. I try not to dwell on it too much, since there's no use in thinking about things that can't be changed.
True. I feel that. Well, that technically wraps it all up. I already got most of my questions out. Is there any questions you got for me?
Actually, I do have one question. What made you decide to interview me?
Because I thought it would have been interesting, you know?
Well, I suppose that makes sense. I'm not exactly an open book, so hearing my thoughts and opinions must have piqued your curiosity.
Oh, it did. But it was good having you. I'll catch up with you some other time. Be smooth, be safe, keep the emotions in check, and I'll catch up with you.
Thanks for the interview, Max. And don't worry, I'll try my best to keep the emotions in check.
Alright, that's the end of that. I'll be catching y'all on the next video. You already know, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna post. Anything just be coming out willy-nilly. But I'll catch you on the next video. I'm out.